Hey there, greetings and complications, my dear friends. Welcome to another video on our channel. You're on GMT-3, the channel that makes complications simple. Like this video, comment and subscribe. I always like to welcome you and invite you to become part of our family if you haven't subscribed yet. And in today's video here on the channel, you're going to check out something new. The launch of a brand you've never seen here before. It's the first model from a Brazilian brand that's just getting started. And I can tell you they're off to a great start. What we're seeing in our industry is a very interesting movement. And in all these years producing content here, I hadn't seen anything like it before. All the major national brands, every single one of them, are thriving in our market due, of course, to a number of factors. The rise in gold prices, for example, has made watches an excellent option for celebrating achievements, celebrating moments. And we see this market very strong in our market. Now, all the major brands, as I said, are putting down even deeper roots. And in this movement, new brands are arriving, and it's with great joy that today we're going to check out a new concept from a new brand. In today's video, the review has a real cheese bread vibe. Is anything better than Minas Gerais cuisine? It's just too good, right? You're going to check out this model from Libertas with me. Leandro, who is Libertas? Libertas is an idea from its owner, Pedro Campos, and he started having this idea for this watch when he was 17 years old, man. In 2024, the brand started, and today it presents its first model. There are two versions of the same case of the same dial, right? Here we only have the difference in the straps, but the watch is extremely interesting. This watch here is a declaration of love to Minas Gerais. There are several references to this love in this watch, and we'll check them out as we go along here. In the video, the brand Libertas, as the name itself says, right? Libertas comes from liberty. It aims to bring all this feeling of freedom that guides. This feeling is very strong among people from Minas Gerais, right? Because of the inconfidencia, because of all the historical background, right, of Minas Gerais. And of course, it's a feeling that all of us Brazilians love. Who doesn't like to have the freedom to express their opinion, to feel safe, to have the freedom to come and go? Seeing this in our country is a value that really guides Libertas here. And we see this reflected a lot in this watch, in the way these tributes are presented here on the watch. The brand's values are very present in this watch here, but now that I've already given you some context about Libertas, let's go to the table to check out this beautiful watch we have here. As I said, this is the first watch, the first model from Libertas, and we have it presented in two versions. The only difference is the straps. This version here with the leather strap is called the Café e Café Culture model by Libertas. We also have the O Inconfidente model, which comes with a red nylon strap. This here is the Libertas presentation, a really nice, cool little box. And here we have this strap holder. Here we have this version of the red strap, right? To make a reference to the triangle, present on the flag of Minas Gerais. This is a single pass nylon strap, really easy to put on and also very comfortable. Here in this version with the leather strap, I really like this style of leather called crazy leather, which is a leather strap that starts to show signs of wear because of the high presence of oils. With this type of leather, I think it's really cool that it starts to show these signs of wear and it gets a really interesting look. It's a characteristic, right, of what's called crazy leather, and I think it's really cool that they chose it. Here we have a polished buckle, right, with the name Libertas Watch Company. Many will remember the style of Panerai with this really cool 20mm leather strap. But let's go to the case to check out what I mentioned in those references, right, which reveal Libertas' love for its beloved Minas Gerais. The watch, as I said, is full of these references. Here we have a watch in the dress watch style. Here we have a 39.5mm watch. And the distance between the lugs is 46. This size for this proposal here, with the use of this strap, turned out really nice. I think Libertas started off very well. He already has some pedigree, right? He helped design the Terra Nova models, so he's really present there, right? His spirit is there along with the Terra Nova models. After all, he helped Douglas with the design of the models. And here we have a watch of his own creation, and as I said, this watch makes several references to Minas Gerais. Well, the first thing we notice right away is the mountain range here, since Minas Gerais is a highly mountainous state. Pedro Crist also wanted to bring that mountainous feel to the watch's dial. Another reference to his beloved Minas Gerais is the name itself down here, right at the 6 o'clock position, Minas Gerais. We have the red triangle there present on the Minas Gerais flag, and right there on the case on the rear haut you can see the famous phrase in Latin that's also on the Minas Gerais flag, Libertas quae sera tamen, or liberty even if late. This watch also has another reference. A reference to the patriotic feeling of Minas Gerais, especially in relation to Tiradentes, right? Alferez Joaquim José da Silva Xavier. At the top, we also have a Latin phrase, mille vitam habere, mille vitam dare pro patria liberanda. If I had 1,000 lives, I would give 1,000 lives for the freedom of my homeland. I already found it a really nice detail, a very patriotic reference, right there. The Minas Gerais culture is present here on the dial of this watch, the name right there near the 12 o'clock position, Libertas Watch Company. Libertas is the brand's motto, freedom. We also have a reference in its logo to those mountain ranges. And the watch with this white dial looks really beautiful with these Dauphine hands. We have nicely polished applied hour markers here, plus minute markings all around. Not only the mountain range, but also its name are in high relief, and there's also the Minas Triangle also in high relief. Date window here at the 3 o'clock position. After all, we have the tried and true Seiko NH35 powering this watch. A very solid choice of movement. After all, we have here a real workhorse that's been thoroughly tested and proven, which is the NH35 produced here by TMI. And here on the transparent case back, we can see this movement in action. Right, the rota or oscillating weight dancing here in plain sight of its owner. On the case back, we also have some more references to the Minas Gerais tradition, as well as the presence of these coffee branches here, right, making a clear reference to the culture, coffee growing. And there, the typical Libertas phrase, leave your mark through time. Japanese movement, right? The NH35 sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. And this little guy here, it's water resistant to 10 atmospheres or 100 meters. The whole case is polished, including the bezel here. The crown, it's screw down, I'm checking it here. And it also has the Minas Gerais mountain range, which is the symbol of Libertas. I found the watch to be very well thought out and competitive. I thought Libertas came out with a really interesting watch. I think this watch is going to sell really well because of this concept. I believe that those who like it, who have a love for Minas Gerais, will look at this watch with even more passion. But we Brazilians, I'm not from Minas Gerais myself, but of course I really admire a company that values our culture, And of course, Minas Gerais more than deserves a watch that pays tribute to it. It's a really cool movement, and the size is very fitting. And I also thought it was really cool that Libertas started with a very nice price range. This watch is on the Libertas website. The link, if you want, is in the description of this video. This watch is sold for 1,990 reais. This watch is sold in two versions, right? Café e Café Cultor, and also O Inconfidente. But in this video here, the first people who make their purchase, since it has limited stock, will get both straps sent to you as a bonus. The folks at Libertas will give you two straps, so you'll have two different looks for the same watch. Both with this leather strap and this red nylon strap here, but in my opinion, this leather strap wins by a landslide. Because it matches perfectly with this shape of the watch. Libertas Watch Company, bringing its Inconfidente and its Café Cultor here to GMT-3. I think the guys started off really well. Very cool model, and I'm already super curious to see how these next models that Libertas will bring us will turn out. Who knows, maybe other models will pay tribute not only to other places in Minas Gerais, but also to other spots across our country, right? Really cool, isn't it? Wishing you lots of success. A long journey ahead. Congratulations, Pedro, for your courage and boldness in bringing new ideas and new perspectives to the watchmaking field for us who love watches in our country. May God bless not only Libertas but all of you. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And to make this video, I would like to say that I'm wearing my Rolex Explorer 2, but actually I'm using the Rolex Explorer 2 that my dear friend Gala lent me to record and tell its story. And stay tuned because soon we'll have, I don't know if I'll upload this before or after depending on the schedule, but anyway, Rolex Explorer 2 here on GMT Menos 3. Stay tuned because if the video is already out, I'll put the link, I'll add the card here so you can access it. Big hug, bye bye.